Start recording.
Good morning. This is our Trefoil Guild meeting, and we're happy to have our guest speaker, Laurie Postill from the Friends of Okanagan Rail Trail. And Laurie is on the board of directors of FORT and is our vice chair and heads up our fundraising committee. So she's going to talk to us about FORT and why she loves living in the Okanagan, I guess. Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you, Phyllis. I live in Coldstream, and I've been involved with the rail trail since 2015. I found that it was just a kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get involved and make this trail a reality. And got involved with ORT. And I'm not seeing the screen yet, Dorothy. Is everybody else?
I was just thought you were just talking. You're
right.
You want it up now?
That would be great. Thank you for your patience, everyone. And I really appreciate your help, Phyllis and Dorothy. My skills are rusty at this. I haven't done it for a few months, and I obviously forgot what I was exactly supposed to do. Anyway, Friends of Okanagan Rail Trail, or FORT for short, is a volunteer group which actually evolved from the Okanagan Rail Trail Initiative, which was the group that raised the $7.8 million to build the trail. I'm sure most of you are pretty aware of the rail trail, and Phyllis has kept you informed. But just in case, the trail extends from Coldstream to downtown Kelowna along an abandoned railway corridor. It's 50 kilometers long, and 24 kilometers are actually along the lake shore. So that would include Kalamalka, Wood, and Ellison lakes. The middle section right now is still unfinished, and we are waiting for the land to go through a transfer to reserve process with federal government, which we're hopeful will be completed soon. And then the funds are there to finish that section of trail, and then it will be open all the way from Coldstream to Kelowna. Right now, the northern section is compressed aggregate, and the section from the airport into Kelowna is paved. So we've got kind of more of an urban section and a rural section, and it seems to be working quite well. So a little background about FORT. We were created in 2019, and we're the official not-for-profit partner to the owner jurisdictions, which are Regional District of the North Okanagan here in the north, District of Lake Country, Okanagan Indian Band, and City of Kelowna. FORT has become the ears, eyes, hearts, and hands of the rail trail, and we are all volunteers. We've expanded this last year, I think, mainly due to Phyllis, who runs the Trail Ambassador program and a new stewardship program. And I think we have over 50 volunteers now. Next slide, please, then, Dorothy. Thank you. So this is what we do. These are our 4 pillars, and kind of give our foundational principles. We hope to enrich the user experience and promote the trail. We inspire visitors to the trail with its natural beauty, wildlife, and historic significance of the trail. We take care of the trail by working to slow the spread of invasive plants and planting native vegetation. And we lead environmental initiatives that support and raise awareness of the ecosystems along the corridor. Next slide, please. How we go about doing that? We have a very hearty Trail Ambassador program, And you'll see when you're out on the trail, people in kind of bright yellowy green vests, and they are welcoming trail users, reporting on any issues like rock falls or erosion, and encouraging compliance to the rules of etiquette and the bylaws of the trail use. So all of those things are happening with the Trail Ambassador group. We ask trail ambassadors to put 4 hours per month in for the kind of the shoulder season, summer season, not so much in the winter, but a lot of them actually have been out on the trail in the winter, and people still do use the trail then. Trail stewards do weed pulling, planting and replanting, reporting of any invasive plant species to the local jurisdictions. And I think we'll be fulfilling a function with some watering this year along the trail. Fundraising is done to create new amenities and enhancements to the trail. And we have a growing list of what those might be. We also explore any grants that might be available and try and support our donor base for fundraising. We have a communications team that helps represent our presence online through our website and social media. And that keeps everyone aware of what's happening on the trail through Facebook. And I think we do have some Instagram and of course the website. We work in partnership with the owners to educate and provide interpretive opportunities along the trail. Next slide, please. There's a master plan which is in place for the Okanagan Rail Trail, which calls for trail enhancements in every section of the trail. And the trailhead gateways are planned, and that will probably be one of our projects coming along pretty quickly. Here we have a couple of the Weatherall sites, which thanks to the Edna and Stella and Harry Weatherall Foundation, they're currently open and were completed last fall. One is at Kalamalka Lake at kilometer 3.7. One is at Ribbleworth Falls in Lake Country, and one is at Carney Pond in Kelowna. So next slide, please. The North Okanagan Gateway was our project last fall at kilometer 0. And we started work here. It was our first fundraising campaign for the Okanagan Rail Trail since the actual trail was created. And this Northern Gateway will welcome visitors to the northern terminal of the Okanagan Rail Trail. It will create a gathering area for people to meet up and prepare for their adventure ahead. So last year, what was accomplished here was we did phase 1. We planted native plants in this area and kind of did the planning for where the plaza will go. And it's really taking good shape. I was just out yesterday and checking on the growth of the plants, and everything seems to have come through the winter well. We got it planted just before the snow came last October. And you know, you kind of worry about those little plants out there for the whole winter under the snow, but they seem to be coming through. So that's great news. Next slide.
I have a question for you, for somebody who doesn't know this. I see College Way there. Where is College Way?
Oh, that's a really good question. College Way,
I don't even know what town it's in.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
It's in Coldstream.
Thank you for asking.
Just south of the college.
Yeah, just, you know where the sports field is when you go by on the highway?
No.
Up,
No.
do
South
you know,
of
do you know,
Vernon, at the first lights, you turn left.
Gotcha. Thank you.
yeah, and that road goes down and joins onto Kalamalka Road. So it's just between, just kind of behind the beach area. Just off Kalamalka Road is where we are, what we're
Well,
looking.
Thank you. Thank you.
you get it off College Way. You can't park there, but you can go in there. From
Right.
College.
And there is a parking lot, which is under development, called Coldstream Station, which is on Kalamalka Road. And it's about half a kilometer away from the kilometer zero site. And you can walk or bike from that parking lot to kilometer zero. So this is our long-term plan for kilometer zero, and phase 2 will be underway within the next month. We're going to start another fundraising campaign and to complete the interpretive kiosk and probably the actual plaza area. Some of these amenities may be a little bit further into the future. You know, we've been kind of had a little bit of a setback with our fundraising options with COVID, but we have also got a lot done because we have been, you know, around to be doing the projects as well. But we kind of scaled back our fundraising campaign last year and didn't start it until later in the year. So the second phase will actually, we'll be constructing the plaza. There's a hilltop location that will have a trail up to it. And if you stand at the top there, you can actually see all the way down to the isthmus at Oyama from the top of the hill there. This was a very important area for the Indigenous people, and we're working to create some of their stories that we can set an interpretive theme in this area. They did a lot of gathering in hills around here and met with different groups in this area. So it's an important part of the.
Are those going to be statues right there at the bottom picture?
That actually is, I think these are all just concepts at this moment. We don't have a firm plan yet, but those are actually metal sculptures. And I think those ones are from the Southern Okanagan down by Osoyoos. So these are just ideas, and we haven't actually got a firm plan yet, but we have lots of ideas. Okay, next slide, please. And I should have said at the beginning, we'll have a question period at the end for anybody that has any questions to ask of me as well. So here's some slides of different things that happen around and on the trail. And it definitely is a trail for all seasons. Cross-country skiers and snowshoers have found that it's great for wintertime activities. And of course, there's swimming along a lot of the parts of the trail, with the lake being right there. Biking and hiking and wheelchair access available, and
fishing.
And fishing and photography and
Painting.
I see quite a few artists out there as well. Yeah. And when it was first established, there were many questions about how well the trail would be used. From user counts and different surveys that we've done, it seems the trail has not only met expectations, but absolutely exceeded them by a long way. And it's brought quite a boon to our region, particularly during this COVID time, because many recreational parks were closed at the start of COVID, if you remember last year, but the trail remained open, and many people have found themselves using it to get out, be with nature, and be with their families or friends in a safe environment on the trail. So it continues to see enthusiastic use, and I think has become an economic driver in our region. There's quite a few businesses that have sprouted. Bike sales have gone up for sure. People that haven't been on a bike in a long time have gotten back and gotten out and are active. Food and beverage establishments are springing up as well. And I think that the trail is encouraging people of all ages and abilities to get out and to be active, which is a wonderful thing.
The Rail Cafe is delighted with you.
I think so, yeah. And then the next slide, please. So this is actually one of the Rotary clubs, Silver Star Rotary. Quite a few of the people helped us last year to kind of kick off the campaign. And so that was a picture of them with their thumbs up. And this is actually at kilometer 0. They're kind of
Beautiful.
standing where the plaza area will be. And the lake is behind them around the corner. So next slide. So OkanaganRailTrail.ca is our website, and Fort shares that with our owner jurisdictions. So if you look us up on the website, just look for Friends of Okanagan Rail Trail, click on that, and you can see our information. And we also have Facebook page. I think that's showing up there. And we send out a quarterly newsletter just to bring everybody up to date on what's happening with the trail. And you can actually sign up for that and have that just come into your inbox if you're interested. And Phyllis, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Just that, just as far as numbers go, at the Coldstream end last Sunday, there was a count of, in 1 hour, of 231 trail users.
I can believe it.
It's a busy section. And one of the things we try to do as volunteers is to listen to what trail users and surrounding neighbors have to say. And we are, through our media, and I've posted the Okanagan Rail Trail Facebook page to our Tillicum group Facebook page. We are trying to encourage people to use other entrances rather than at Kick Willie. And so these are things that we hear from people, and we try to encourage people to use the trail wisely and to choose other places that are less busy to start on the trail. But that will always be a very busy section of the trail, as are some locations in Kelowna and along the Oyama Isthmus. Definitely the hot spots or the gateways to the trail. Yeah, so any questions for Laurie?
I just said, we used the 01 because we can walk there. But my husband and I think we're an oddity because we don't have a dog on a leash.
Unknown caller.
Oops, somebody's getting a phone call.
That
All
was
of you who I
mine.
put you into speaker view, if you now want to go back to gallery view, you would see all of the participants here if you want to change your screen back to gallery view now.
I have a question.
Okay.
Laurie, at the beginning, I'm going to say probably almost a year ago, there were several letters in the newspaper about horses on the trail. And what happened with that?
Well, horses aren't allowed on the trail. I'm a horse person myself.
Yeah.
But, you know, especially, you know, at some of, as Phyllis has just said, there's just, it's not really compatible with the bikes and the congestion that we're getting with the walkers and the bikes is busy enough on the trail without the horses. There's some very nice places to go to ride horses, but we don't have any parking lot that's big enough for horse trailers to park in, really anywhere along the trail, except probably the boat launch maybe. But it's been decided that horses aren't to be on this trail.
No, I support that,
Mhm.
but I just remember reading the letters to the editor, and
Yeah.
they weren't very happy about not being allowed on the trail.
No, no, you know,
Up
as,
after the horses.
yeah,
Horses, yeah.
The
No,
horses were okay.
Yeah. As a horse person, I think that the footing's not very good for horses. It's very hard. You know, the compressed aggregate is
Oh, yeah.
very hard, and I think that it would be hard on a horse's legs, and especially the Kelowna end would be with the pavement, right?
Right. The other question I had was also letters to the editor. It was about a lot of people with dogs, because someone mentioned about the dogs,
Mhm.
not picking up after the dogs. And but the 2 times that I've just done short walks on them because I got very bad legs. But I noticed that there was a lot of coyote poop as opposed to dog poop on the trail. So do people up and they think it's dogs and people aren't picking up and it's coyotes, or that's
Or-
part of it?
Yeah, and I know down at Carney Pond, which is in Kelowna, the rail trail is right next to the pond, and there's a lot of ducks and geese on that section of the trail. And so the goose poop is everywhere down there. But yeah, I agree with you. That might be something that people don't recognize.
Did
However,
you say,
there
there
is-
were coyotes on the trail?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
and bears. So there'll be bear poop and
Oh,
deer.
lots of deer.
But when dog owners have access to bags at most of the garbage receptacles, and you know, we just encourage, as trail ambassadors, we just make sure they have a bag with them. If they don't, we have one in our pocket to hand to them, and just let them know to take their bags to the receptacles, not leave all those lovely colored bags at the side of the trail.
yeah,
And
I've seen that, yeah.
that's sort of what one of our roles is, encouraging that behavior. Yeah.
Now,
I'm wondering, go
You
ahead,
had
Joan.
vandalism at the new washroom. And my suggestion was, that it's really a shame because it was hardly even open. Could you put a little a video camera up there somewhere to catch
No,
these people?
that's against the law.
Well, no, it isn't if they're
Oh,
Yeah.
being all over this brand new
not
washroom.
outside. Yeah, it would
That's
be
a
Wasn't even
district.
open.
That's a district of Coldstream. That's their priority, or their washrooms. So yeah, again, as volunteers, we just encourage respectful behavior.
But
Yes.
I don't know who would do this. Obviously, it was at night, but it was very annoying to see it.
Yes,
I haven't
absolutely.
even used them.
Well, Joan, they're not even open yet, but they should be soon. I think they're just getting power in there right now. They've just put up a power pole, and the washrooms have been, they've been cleaned, and then they've put some sort of sealant on them. I noticed when I was down there yesterday, and it's turned them quite a bit darker color, the cement that they're made from. The doors are still bright colored, but the cement actually blends in really well now. So I'm hoping that, and I think the sealant is to help with the graffiti, but it is an issue, and we've actually just kind of flagged it as a problem because there's a few other places that have some graffiti as well along the trail.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if you have any benches yet.
We do. There's benches at each of those 3 interpretive sites, and that's all we've got so far.
Oh,
but
are
isn't
you-
there something on mile 4, kilometer 4, there's a little there.
Yes, that is
3.7, yeah.
3.7. It's kind of just across from the tip of Rattlesnake Point
Oh,
or
okay.
Turtle's Head, and there are benches there. Yeah.
The
good.
jurisdictions do want to keep the beauty of the trail. And so they are working at providing what people want without compromising the beauty of the trail.
Mhm.
So-
When
we
is the
were-
rail trail station going to start?
The
What do you-
Coldstream Station, do you mean?
Yeah,
Or
on
it's a-
Telemaca. The one, the big sign on Telemaca parking lot.
okay, that's Coldstream Station, and that's actually it is open now. But they do have plans for further development, but you can park there now.
Oh, yes, I know you can park, but the sign says they're building something.
Yes, yeah, and I think that isn't, I think there should be something happening this year, but I'm not positive about that.
It's called money.
And that is Coldstream's property there. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they organized that. The
Uh-huh.
rail trail actually belongs to the regional district of the North Okanagan. So they kind of work together to make it happen.
That section that's closed between Lake Country and Kelowna, is there any way around it, like on the roads, without going on the highway?
I don't think so. Phyllis would know better
No.
than I.
No,
No.
you have to go on the highway.
Yeah, which is really, yeah, that's too bad.
But remember that the trail has only officially been open for 2 years, and it's a new trail. And
Yeah.
there will be developments and changes in our lifetime. But it is very new. Our board of directors at Fort is a hardworking group of, is it 7 or 8 of us, Laurie?
Yeah. I think-
And we're just beginning to get more volunteers that aren't actually just on the trail, but are helping us do some of the behind the scenes work, such as writing grants and all those other things. So and being on like the Trail Ambassador Committee and stuff. So it's great. We're just expanding our volunteer program this year. We had a little setback with COVID. We weren't even allowed on the trail last year till August. So we just,
But look what you've accomplished in 2 years. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a
great.
huge accomplishment.
and of course, my guiding experience has helped me develop the Trail Ambassador program and the trainings we've done and just connecting with volunteers. So thank you, ladies, for all your guidance over the years to women and girls.
But I can't bicycle from Coldstream down to the campground. Hula Bay, is it?
Yes.
And so my husband does, and I drive down there and pick him up.
Good plan. You need an e-bike, Joan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
It's,
new legs I need.
I don't have
Yes,
a
Nell?
I don't have a question, but I was just wanting to say, I'm from Sicamous, and our little town is so excited that we're getting rail trail from Sicamous to Enderby, I believe it is.
mhm.
We're all pretty excited up here about that.
We
Yeah.
are too, Peggy.
We are, Peggy, for sure. And I don't know if all of you are aware, and I think it maybe was in one of our Facebook posts, but there is a bigger vision than just the Okanagan Rail Trail, and that is that we could have a trail that went all the way from Sicamous, where Peggy is, down through the Okanagan, and then at Kelowna, it would go on the KVR trail and down through Penticton and Osoyoos. There's only a couple of places down there that they, I guess, have kind of a disconnect where they have to work on getting the land. But then there's also in Washington, they call it the Trail of the Okanagans, and it goes right into Washington State. So maybe eventually it'll, go right through, which will be great. Yeah, something to work towards anyway.
I think Nell had a question.
Actually, this is a message for Mary. In one of those pictures, I saw the fellow with the bicycle that rides two people on in a buggy. Mary, you and I could do that one day.
Sitting in front, not doing the pedaling.
Yeah,
Aren't
yeah,
you?
sitting.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
sitting in the front and he's pedaling behind us. I think that would be fun because I would love to see it, and I certainly can't walk it or ride it or anything. So I think
Well,
that
maybe
would-
that's something we can arrange as a trefoil guild. Hey,
Yeah.
Laurie, our group could get out there.
Have a
That's
tour.
a great idea, Nell.
Yeah,
I think
Pay
they-
for a tour. Just
I think
like a
they-
little
Okay.
mini thing that you can ride and someone will drive it for you, but you have to pay them.
Yeah, that's
You are allowed to take
would be
mobility
worth it.
devices. You are allowed to take mobility devices, either
Right.
scooters or motorized wheelchairs on the rail trail.
I
But
just
yeah,
thought if he was doing all the work, we could drink the wine.
and you could feed them Girl Guide cookies.
The organization that has those bikes that those people were riding on, they were taking people from the seniors' homes as well, but they had to stop last year because of COVID. So
Yeah.
that's kind of unfortunate because I was hoping I could get my dad out there because, as some of you know, my dad was a railway engineer on that rail line.
Oh, really?
Before he
Wow.
retired, yeah, and he'd really like to see it, but when they because of COVID they had to stop that. Wasn't able to get him on there, so if that starts up again, I'm going to try to find a way for him to get out there.
That's
maybe
Back and
When-
forth there every day.
Mhm. Yeah, once everybody has their vaccinations, hopefully that'll
right.
be an option, right?
I
Yeah,
am so glad that you guys had the vision to make this happen because I know it's been a huge job and lots of work, and I want to applaud you for doing it.
Yeah, me too.
People who have come to Vernon and rent hotels and buy food and stay for the day at the beach, and it's a big boon for Vernon and Kelowna.
We can walk from here to it. The only time we stopped walking was a bit icy. But that's
Yeah, you're in a good spot, Joan.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Any more questions for Laurie? And yeah, I posted the Facebook page to our Tillicum group Facebook page, so you can connect with all the goings on. And
Laurie, do you have one question? Do you
Mhm.
have any place that people can donate that's advertised?
Oh, thank you for asking that. If you go to the website page, there's a donate button there, and we work with the community foundations for our donations. So any donation over $25 gets a tax receipt. And thank you for asking that.
But you need to get it into the Morning Star and say, we need help.
Yes, we will. We'll do that for sure.
Laurie, is there, when they go to the foundation page for donation, can they pick the sunflower campaign for Kilometer Zero?
Yes, I believe so. We'll
Okay,
make sure
so
that,
especially
yeah,
those that live in the Coldstream might want to.
right, all of
But I
our,
think it should be advertised
Mhm, and we will.
that you need help.
We're kicking it off May 1st, so,
Okay.
and all of our donations right now are going to the Sunflower campaign, so. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, thank you so much, ladies. I really enjoyed seeing you today, and I used to be a Girl Guide back in the day.
Good for you.
And thank you for all that you do for our community too.
And so you should definitely join Trefoil because that's what we're all about.
Like
I
she
don't think
has
she
any
has
time.
time.
Anyway, thank you very much. I'll sign off.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank
That
you,
was
Lori.
Thank you.